We not worried about Jace, A-Ray. We not worried about Jace on a big fat. Ain't no smoke, but right now you the other side. We not worried about Max, hit all this dry. It's a Black Boy pack, we gon' start a fight. How a nigga want smoke with the starting fight. I told Rage I'ma throw it in overdrive. If my nigga your rage, my rage too. They hit shit that on blue, I got played too. Seen these niggas get rich, I got paid too. Got on too many chain like a slave too. I don't care what they say, but I really do. If 3B on your team, it's a W. Best believe what they say, that shit all true. I can make the bitch jump like a kangaroo. I can make the bitch jump like Nike Pump. Go to war with 3B, now you look at them. I can make the bitch jump like a spring do. When I let that bitch bump, it gon' sting too. I can execute shit like a king do. If they wanted to win, why they bring you? I'ma let that bitch spray like some Sheen do. High pitch with the stick, that bitch sing too. I ain't move with one blick, I'ma bring two. Double down and some Rick and Celine too. Bitch, we finna get paid, A-Ray. Got some shit for they brain, A-Ray. I got permanent stain, A-Ray. I'm in love with they gang, A-Ray. Rage. YRG fat, he gets laid. Finna twist up they all like a braid. Buck, I ain't running no fade. Buck, he get shot down. Buck, that's a lot of rounds. Top up, what he a top clown. Top up, tighten up, get Lego box down. Buck, nigga get fucked up. Buck, then he touched up.
Gang. Feel me? Him. It's him. That guy.
Swing my drink, if I said you gon' be okay. Nigga fuck with fast say. Trippin' bitch, I got the shakes. Locked up, but I never quit. Lying to my face. Tell my you was gon' be there for me. Lil' hoe, is you straight? Bitch, I'm boo, you know I bang for me. Lil' hoe, is you cool? Don't want pussy, I want Zaza Lee. I'm on draw no shame, yeah. No, I can't complain, daddy. Lil' bitch, she don't know my baby. She wanna fuck, I got bad shame. They gon' lie on fuck door. Ain't no reason to cry, daddy. Ain't gon' flex on flex, Lord. I got a whole lot of money. I gotta do some my triple cook, red shit, over friend relationship, not tell my name. Fuck those thinking I need somebody. Nigga hide in me, shot it. Nigga hide in trees, shot it. Caught up with them pills on me, need rehab like Charlie Sheen.
If you not ball hog, then die.
Blue honey, pink 50. I ain't scared, twin with me. I score 40 in the summer league. I can show you how to get them guys. If you want ball hard, yeah, we coming through, we fucking coming. Stars in my ceiling, yeah, I think I seen it coming. Niggas hating on me down, I wanna turn off my comments. I'm a rapper now, honestly, it's fucking awesome. Had a blotted hoe, why she always trying to start something? He wanna play ball, let's play a game, 5-on-5. I too geek right now, I gotta get offline. He say he wants some beat right now, throw his ass some fries. How you want me ball, nigga? You won't even try. I don't want to talk, bitch, block, yeah, goodbye. I'm in your damn spot, kicking shit like Cobra Kai.
If you not ball hog, then die.
Blue honey, pink 50. I ain't scared, twin with me. I score 40 in the summer league.
Ayy, walk down my twin on go. My dog bitch, she straight from Vogue. Text it up, that swag was old. Spill some combos on my clothes. Ain't no help, it, just my bro. Bands came in, dripped out my hoe. Watch out, bitch. Up in the morning when the bands gon' hit. Soon as fuck that bitch so hip. Can't let bitch that shit in my heels. My shit's right, I don't want no deal. Too much lip, it got me ill. Slime that way, bitch, doing ill. Hollow tip, bitch, how that feel? Got that bitch, I'm gon' for the kill. Talk by no bands, I block O'Neal. Young nigga lame, bitch, how that feel? Catch me play like NFL. Too much bread looks ain't no chill. Going for the kill, told my twin chill. Rich as fuck, I ain't trip, I no bill. Can't take nothing for a nigga off his heels. Up as fuck, bitch, how you feel? How you feel? Foreign wheel, yo, shit slow like snail. How I'm going? They ask me how I'm going still. Yo, hey, all that fucking talking for all the 100 bills. Ain't stopping shit till I hit 100 mils. Bitch, I ain't taking shit, got like 100 deals. Bitch, she want loves and she need a wishing well. Ayy, one call, then my twin on go. Follow bitch, she straight from Vogue. Change it up, that swag was old. Spent some commas on my clothes. Ain't no help, bitch, just my bro. Bands came and dripped out my hoe. Watch out, bitch. Up in the morning when that band's gon' hit. Soon as fuck that bitch so hip. Can't let bitch that shit in my hip. Pockets right, I don't want no deal. Too much liquid got me ill. Slime that boy, bitch, doing ill. I love tip, bitch, how that feels. Drop that bitch, I'm gon' for the kill. Talk about no bands, I block a bill. Young nigga lame, bitch, how that feels. Catch me play like NFL.
Oh, matter of fact, I'm feeling a different. You haven't had one of these in a while. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta find the right song to transition to this. I guess. So this.
I don't pay that. I fuck that bitch with a latex. I did a drill with a face man. I wash my hand with the Ajax. I don't pay that. I don't pay that. I don't pay that.
Okay, the party. I swear to God.
Wake up, Connie Band. That Papa's in. Kick it again. She like, where you at? Bitch, I'm geeked up with my friends. I'ma fuck this check up, then fuck it up again. I'ma grab a hot pink, ton split it with twin. Driving in this track, how that big ol' I stay on my bar, shit, don't let that in my hands. I stay on my chart, shit, I'm sweating to these bands. You know I'm a bar nigga, I'm gon' take that chance. My big band no makeup, she won't fuck her kill. Can't play me two player, I need my cash boy pay up. I score him like layup. Please don't try them bars, we gon' come fuck your hotel. I was out as fuck, I was walking down Rodale. He was still in the mix, we leave his ass on trail. I feel like I can't, bitch, I'm grinding on the rail. That little boy tried to score on me, he did it at Belleville. That bitch is trying to hurt me, must not know I'm tough as nails. This Jacob big as fuck, can't even hold it, had the cradle.
Yo,
Wake up, Connie Band. Then Papa's in. Kick it again. She like, where you at? Bitch, I'm geeked up with my friends. I'ma fuck this check up, then fuck it up again. I'ma grab a hot pink, ton split it with twin. Driving in this track, how that big ol' I stay on my bar, shit, don't let that in my hands.
do you mess with spoken word? You mean shit that's not mumble? Yeah, I listen to anything, bro. Spoken word music is crazy, bro. Yo, what the hell? Wow. Hold on, I'm trying to display my chat. Nah, that's cool. It's cool, bro. I know some people don't like mumble. That's why. Lowest form of music you can make. You know, I used to think like that, bro. And then, oh shit. I used to think like that, bro, but something changed. I just saw, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes music doesn't really have to hold any mental substance, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It could just be a vibe, bro. I play the keys and I produce everything for this. I bet. Bon voyage. My favorite One Piece opening. Alright. I'm muting this right. Alright, Oh shit, I'm okay, dude. I just forgot. Shit, I'm okay. Alright. Yo, do I have a SoundCloud account? Hold up. Oh shit. Wrong one. Let's see. Alright, let me sign it real quick. Hold on. I do want to like it if I do like it. Fuck. Alright, I do.
Whatever happens, or wherever these tides take you, I hope you let nobody break you. I hope the journey change you. For all my friends, family, foes, and bros, people I don't know, I pray you find peace in your park, cause I know that I did. I'll sail away and become a better man, and I'll be damned if I ever give a damn. The fears show me something that I did not know that I am. Stronger than I knew, made brand new. Greater than I was, learned to love. When the tides are changing, the times are changing. Who do you wanna be? Table and what you fought. After what we sought, we look back with a smile on our face, and now I can peacefully rot. Perspective on the situation changes the creation. So I say goodbye to once what I knew, made brand new. Bon voyage to all of you. Yo, I can't work SoundCloud, bro. Oh, I gotta add that to my playlist real quick. That song was tough, bro. No lie.
She's still in chat. That shit was tough, bro. What was the sample? Yo, I just freaked myself out. Forgot I put my shit to black and white. Yeah, man. Waterboard time travel. Hey, bro, we got it. I haven't did a black and white stream in a minute. Something different. Alright, yeah. You already got your monthly listeners up, W. Oh, we got a wow. The quality on Apple Music is better. That's all. Yo, am I tweaking, bro? Yo, bro. I thought the cover for this was a photo. What the hell? W. Hasbro even in the past. What was good, Zombie? That's not a sample. That's my girl's voice sped up. I thought I heard some old nigga singing in like the end of it. I just asked for it because it sounded like real familiar, bro. But props to you, bro. This is well produced too. You know what I'm saying? Wrong with what? Oh, if it's take on mumble music, hey man, I try not to disrespect any subgenre, you know what I'm saying? This is cool though. I'll probably listen to the album like a bus ride or some shit. Feel me? Feel me? You watching good today? Feel me? Feel me? Somebody drop some shit in the chat on August Live. Alright. I just saw this video. Trying is corny. I mean, in fact, this is relevant now to what Kai is doing, bro.
If you've been on TikTok recently, you've definitely seen these videos about Kai Cenat. And the thing is,
I didn't even know this nigga was gonna talk about Kai, bro. The thumbnail is literally Netspend, bro. The thumbnail is literally Netspend. Look. Oh, what the fuck? Look, it's literally Netspend, bro. I just said that because I just thought about that. Like, yo, ATS typo.
This video really isn't about Kai Cenat and his journey with this new clothing and all that. This video is just about how self-improvement and trying new things and just trying in general is seen.
You can watch videos on Spotify? I'll check that out later. Hold on.
As corny or performative. You know, like I make music content, so I definitely feel the need to say don't stop learning because people on TikTok are saying it's corny. Self-improvement and trying to do better, especially when it comes to art, is literally crucial to growing, and not even just growing in music, growing your art as well. You know, I make like music marketing content, but if you're not trying to learn new shit on FL Studio or on BandLab or GarageBand, whatever you use, it will be 10 times harder to make this your career. And I know,
Bro, just like ASAP Rocky said, bro, when has it been lame to try, bro? Like, damn, bro. I get he could be, bro, not gonna lie, the way Kai is going about is really like unoriginal. Like, he's not being himself. It's kind of weird, but at least he's trying, bro. Not gonna lie. Like, dude is recording off a 3DS. I don't know why he did that and why he felt the need to share that he's recording off a 3DS. Like, we don't need to know that, and he didn't need to do that. But I guess, bro, you know what I'm saying? At least bro was learning. That's it. Like, it's just weird, dude.
that is the goal for a lot of you. To go even a step further though, if being called corny or people think that you're corny or performative or whatever, if that is the end of the world to you, then you either have to try to improve yourself and try your best to get over that, or music might not be for you, because being a successful rapper or musician won't just automatically make you immune to those comments if you truly do care about that. The number one thing that will hold people back is the fear and the worry about how they will be perceived. And if you can get over this fear, like, that is 90% of the battle right there. I have a good friend who, like, this guy he's on some different shit, bro. Like, he does not care about being cringe. He does not care about anything. He doesn't care about that. And he is doing fucking amazing, bro. I'm not trying to give too much detail so you guys can go figure out who he is, but he's doing some real shit. So the moral of this story is, don't be afraid to be corny. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to try new things and start new things. The people that are saying it's corny and it's performative to try to improve, they know damn well they wish they had the fucking balls to try something and, you know, actually chase their dreams. It's such an easy cop-out just to say that shit's cringe. I'm not gonna lie though, I feel like all the people...
Jamaican song, like reggae? I mean, you could send in, like, the Discord, you know what I'm saying? Or should the Discord not even pinned? Let me pin it real quick. You just watch this video first.
But on this channel, you know, we're trying to do shit. You know, we're not trying to sit there and scroll on TikTok all day. We're trying to do shit. We don't think like that, but hey, I just wanted to make this. Also, you know, if you want to take it to the next level for real, if you want to grow as an artist, grow as a rapper, I have a private server. Go check that shit out. All right, see ya.
Oh, okay. How much do you guys think his private server costs? Yeah, nah. Nah, I'm good off that. Better Bob? What's good, bro? I don't know, man. Appreciate you for pulling up. Bro, I looked this up because I'm like, bro, I'm curious on like who made these gambling sites, like who made Rainbet and Stake, bro. I can't scroll on anything without seeing a nigga use Rainbet, bro. I will never get sponsored by those niggas. You guys have my word.
In 2017, two millennials named...
Alright, let me see if bro sent his music. The disc. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck the music check? I'll just wait until a nigga pulls up.
named Ed Craven and Bijan Tehrani created Stake, an online casino that operates using cryptocurrency. They didn't know it at the time, but their new startup would eventually become. In 2017, two millennials named Ed Craven and Bijan Tehrani created Stake, an online casino that operates using cryptocurrency. They didn't know it at the time, but their new startup would eventually become the largest offshore crypto casino in the world with an estimated valuation of $23.5 billion, making them two of the youngest self-made billionaires on the planet. From their first time meeting playing video games online, to the controversial legal loopholes they grew their business from, to their genius and shady marketing strategies and more, the story of this duo and their company is nothing short of fascinating. But how did they even get the idea to start a crypto casino to begin with? Well, it all started back in 2010, when they were just 15 and 17 years old playing RuneScape, but not just for the fun of it. They met on this game and quickly grew their friendship over their love of staking on it. Now, I don't know too much about RuneScape. I mean, I was too busy drooling over finding diamonds in Minecraft. But what's important for you to know is that staking in RuneScape is essentially when players bet on 1v1 fights in game. Ed and Bijan created their own sportsbook of sorts for these fights, taking real life money from people who wanted some action on these 1v1s. And it was actually profitable, but not for very long. They eventually were both banned from RuneScape because of their scheme, which left them without their favorite video game and their favorite hobby. However, even though they got hit with the chopping block, they still became great friends through all of this, and their love for gambling on video games eventually led to the creation of their first business together. In February of 2013, Ed and Bijan, at just 18 and 20 years old, launched an online casino called Prime Dice, and it was very profitable. Surprisingly, the casino itself wasn't actually a casino, but rather just one game. The concept was simple. Players deposit cryptocurrency into their account and try to guess where a randomly generated number lands between 1 and 100. And based on how risky their bet is, the multiplier for their bet amount will increase or decrease accordingly. Is this bottom of the barrel degeneracy? Absolutely. But people were all over it. The day it launched, Ed and Bijan saw over $1 million in bets placed, and over the next few years, those bets continued to grow exponentially. And besides one exploit someone found in the game where they stole $1 million worth of Bitcoin, the duo's first casino game was a smash hit monetarily speaking, and
those 0-day attacks are no joke, bro. Lord.
More importantly, proved to them that there was a massive audience for online crypto casino games, which is when they realized they needed to expand quickly. In 2016, with a good chunk of change to his name from Prime Dice, Bijan flew out of his New York apartment to where Ed was living in Melbourne, Australia, and never went back. Shortly after, Ed impulsively purchased an office space where himself and Bijan worked on their new venture, EasyGo. In simple terms, EasyGo was going to be the company that would develop casino games for online casinos like Stake, which they started the following year. In typical startup fashion, Ed and Bijan moved as fast as they could to expand their team of developers to build out a ton of casino games for Stake, like roulette, slots, blackjack, you name it. Their office even resembled what a typical tech company looks like, with in-house baristas, chefs, big giveaways for employees, and even company boat cruises. Now, what I find most impressive about all of this was they were doing this when they were only 21 and 23 years old. I mean, shit, when I was that age, I was a bum in college, skipping class, and looking forward to my next bender. But anyway, these two young guys were getting really serious about launching a full-fledged crypto casino. I mean, they had the employees, a shit ton of money from Prime Dice, and the ambition to get Stake off the ground and roll. But there was just one massive problem in their plan. It was illegal to run an online casino in Australia. Since the inception of online gambling in the late 90s, they've always been against it, meaning casinos like Stake couldn't exist in the continent. So you're probably thinking, how in the hell were Ed and Bijan able to start not one, but two companies that solely focused on online gambling in a place where it had been banned for decades? Well, the answer lies in one remote island I guarantee you've never heard of. This is Curacao, a Dutch Caribbean island rich with marine life, beaches, pastel-colored architecture, and most importantly, extremely liberal gambling laws. Since the inception of online gambling, Curacao was the go-to spot for online gambling startups because they gave out gambling license like candy. Plus, they had overseas countries and territory status, 0% taxation on foreign-sourced income, 0% value-added tax, no sales tax or import duties, and
dear lord, this nigga blowing up the spot.
No restrictions on the withdrawals of dividends. These amazing benefits led to literally thousands of gambling operators obtaining gambling license from the island country.
Bro, this is straight up money laundering, bro. It's just money laundering at this point, bro. If we're being real.
Including our two boys from Australia. They set up a company incorporated in Curacao called Medium Rare NV and listed their company's address as a real place on the island, albeit an old shack, and snagged a license for themselves. Okay, so they have a gambling license based on some random island now. How does that help them not get bent over by the Australian government? Well, according to the Interactive Gambling Act, an Australian law that regulates online gambling companies were only legal if the gambling providers offered services to people in Australia. There was nothing in the law that said it was illegal to operate a foreign licensed casino from Australia. Case in point, the duo was allowed to run Stake and EasyGo from Australia as long as they didn't serve people in Australia or advertise there. And because Stake's online casino license was registered in Curacao, they were able to avoid any governing bodies from taking them down. And all the people of Australia, or anywhere really, had to do on their part to play on Stake was to download a VPN, set up their Stake account with an address not in Australia, and boom, they could punt away. And speaking of VPNs, if you're going to be chronically online these days, and internet free hacker, the internet crew based on show only plus trust me, your future binge watching couch potato self will thank you. So now that Ed and Bijan had set up shop, their mission in life was to get as many users on Stake as possible. Now that's obviously the goal for any business ever created. I mean, you want to get customers in the door. But what was different about the duo's business was how closely tied it was to two industries: crypto and gambling. And luckily for them, the explosive rise of one of those industries helped them out a ton. Pre-2016, not many people knew about cryptocurrency, and if they did know about it, they were most likely selling drugs on the dark web. This is evident by the price of Bitcoin through the years. From its inception in 2009 to the end of 2016, Bitcoin had gone from worth nothing to around $1,000. Now I know all the finance bros are going to be up my ass here because in reality, the percentage growth on that is absolutely insane. But what's most important here is the rise of crypto becoming a household name. In 2017, when the price of Bitcoin exploded to over 17,000, everyone was talking about it. This mainstream chatter slowly shook off the reputation of Bitcoin being this shady currency and established itself as an actual legit thing that had value behind it. And because of that notion, people across the world started to adopt crypto and create wallets to buy it, which for Ed and Bijan was huge. Now that hundreds of thousands of people were creating wallets and buying crypto, Stake had become more accessible to way more people because in order to use Stake, well, you needed to have a crypto wallet. The rise in their total addressable market led to Stake going from being a pretty niche website in the crypto community to a decently well-known platform reaching tens of millions of dollars in revenue by 2019. But even though more people were into crypto and knew about the site, Ed and Bijan weren't satisfied. After all, they wanted to accomplish a much bigger goal of making Stake a worldwide brand. And luckily for them, a worldwide pandemic hit just at the right time. Now, of course, I don't mean that in the way of people getting sick, but for the fact that everyone was forced inside. Millions of people crammed in their homes and apartments became bored as hell. Some people picked up new hobbies. Some people, like myself, opted to drink six-packs and run squads with the fellas. But what a hell of a lot of people did was watch their favorite streamers on Twitch. The amount of both streamers and viewers of Twitch nearly doubled during the pandemic, with 26.5 million users visiting the site daily, and the duo, being the young, savvy businessmen they were, saw a great opportunity. What if they paid streamers with large audiences to use their site in front of their millions of fans? And so, Ed and Bijan set off on their plan to reach a global audience that had nothing better to do than to stare at their screens. And it worked to a T. Massive influencers, including Trainwrecks TV, XQC, Aiden Ross, the Nelk Boys, and many more, were reportedly given at least $1 million a month to spin slots, play blackjack, and yell at dealers live in front of their massive fan bases. The list of stars recruited by the duo went beyond typical social media people also, most notably Drake, who was given an estimated $20 million a month to gamble live and had multiple news outlets talking about it. At one point, 64 of the top 1,000 streamers streamed only slots, and all of these guys played with massive bankrolls and exclusively played high stakes, which to their fans of mostly teenage boys was awesome. As a result of these new fans, Ed and Bijan saw growth they couldn't imagine happening. Between 2020 and 2022, Stake's revenue went from around 100 million to roughly 2 billion. They were reportedly handling betting volumes in the tens of billions of dollars, and the growth of their company made a 26-year-old Ed and a 28-year-old Bijan both billionaires. streamers. But their genius marketing play didn't come without some pretty major controversy. There were a plethora of ethical concerns from these streamers partnering with Stake, with each one putting Ed and Bijan in a hotter seat. For example, many streamers didn't disclose that they were playing with Stake's money, which not only made them lose the trust of some of their fans, but raised concerns about the massive wins they were showing their fans because, well, in a sense, it wasn't really their money they were risking. But the real backlash came from the fact that it was mostly young, impressionable teens watching this gambling content. At the base level, just over a fifth of Twitch users are between 13 and 17 years old, but that doesn't account for the audience ages that these streamers' viewers actually were. It's safe to assume that a bigger percentage of them were in that age range, and promoting a dangerous vice that could ruin lives to such a young demographic for personal gain wasn't really the best look ethically speaking. Plus, many of these influencers often downplayed the risk of gambling and only showed it in an entertaining light, especially when they won big. Couple that with the fact that Twitch had no age verification requirements for viewing gambling live streams, and it's easy to see why these partnerships were a recipe for disaster. That recipe was the main reason why other big platforms like YouTube and Facebook had already banned streaming online gambling sites to begin with. So inevitably, Twitch was pressured from all angles to follow suit, and that pressure eventually made them buckle. In September 2022, Twitch announced that it was banning streamers from streaming Stake and similar crypto casinos, citing concerns about it being predatory behavior. This was a massive roadblock for Ed and Bijan's plan. They had just lost access to a huge part of their marketing strategy, a strategy that had proven to increase their business more than 20-fold. And even though they tried to combat the Twitch ban by launching their own streaming service Kick, they still needed to find a surefire way to stay relevant in front of millions of people. And the way they did that was a little more simple than you might think. Even though their main source of marketing essentially vanished into thin air, Ed and Bijan still had a massive war chest to use to their advantage, and the way they used it was through paid partnerships. They sponsored essentially anything that had a pulse and was willing to rep them, including a laundry list of soccer organizations, the UFC, Major League, and USA Cricket, among other organizations. These partnerships extended beyond teams and sports leagues into athletes as well, evident by their collabs with UFC fighters like Max Holloway, Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya, F1 driver Pietro Fittipaldi, Argentinian soccer legend Sergio Aguero, and even porn actress Bonnie Blue. But their biggest and most hilarious partnerships were through social media. If you've been on any social network recently, I'm sure you've seen posts with this Stake watermark on it. This idea came from the minds of Ed and Bijan, who decided to pay content aggregators, who are basically accounts who repost viral images and videos, to slap their logo on these posts. It wasn't just a handful of these accounts either. There were literally so many of these watermarked videos and images being posted that it became a meme in itself, which honestly was best case scenario for the duo. And despite once again their marketing play receiving backlash, mainly for violating some social platforms' rules on gambling advertisements, Ed and Bijan had hit a record amount of revenue thanks to their sponsorships. $4.7 billion in 2024. All in all, Stake was now worth around $23.5 billion as a company, and the duo had fulfilled their goal of growing Stake into a worldwide brand. While doing so, they had become two of the youngest self-made billionaires in the world, and all that was left to do was to enjoy their newfound riches. Ed went on to buy about as many properties as I have phone chargers, including a beautiful $38.5 million mansion in Melbourne, a record-breaking $80 million property near that mansion, 2 more homes for a combined $76 million, and multiple top-floor penthouses. He also drives sexy cars, helped his parents purchase a Jamaica Blue Cafe franchise, and enjoys front row seats at NBA games and tennis tournaments. Bijan also let loose a little bit with a small purchase of $47 million for a Manhattan townhouse that was previously owned by David Rockefeller. Yes, that Rockefeller. And as for their baby, Stake is now considered the 7th largest gambling group and largest online crypto casino in the world, available in over 100 countries and continuing to do billions in revenue. Now, something else you should continue to do is watch this video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy, and I hope you do. And also, thanks again to Private Internet Access for sponsoring.
So that's how Kick is made. Oh shit, I'm streaming on Kick. Okay. Yo, if I get a Kick deal, I'm not gambling on stream, bro. I'm good off that shit, bro. I already do enough crazy shit as is. Gambling on stream is OD. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, no, good.
And I don't want to sound like I'm asking for a lot, the deal is pretty crazy, but can I get a $20 million stake deal?
What?
Is that possible?
See what's on my screen.
I don't know, man. I don't think that's possible at this very moment. But you listen, that's the thing with Kick, right? Kick isn't limiting your opportunities to
Screen capture. Screen capture. Screen. Geeking up my body. why the fuck is the world shaking?
To take sponsorships. You can take sponsorships with anyone. You could take sponsorships with, I don't know, maybe there's another gambling site that'll offer you a $20 million sponsorship. I don't know.
Exactly.
They're not limiting that possibility. It doesn't matter. It might not be 20 million, might not be that, but hey, there is possibilities with Kick. That's the difference. And then some of these other platforms, you've got no possibilities. You've got nothing to shoot for.
Nothing.
You can shoot for some gifted subs and kind of hope that, keeps you going. But...
Yo.
I got you, bro.
That's
Just hire
facts,
David
bro.
Stromberg as your manager. We'll get you set up. All these other streamers, these guys that are taking G League deals on Rumble, sadly, they don't have a David Stromberg in their corner. Not everyone gets the best advice. We'll
Okay, the party. I swear to God.
Wake up, Connie Beth. That Papa's in. Papa's in. Kick it again. She like, where you at? Bitch, I'm get out with my friends. I'ma for this check, then fuck it up again. I'ma grab a hot pink, sun split it with twin. Driving in this track, how that big ol' I stay on my bar, shit, don't let that in my hands. I stay on my chart, shit, I'm sweating to these bands. You know I'm a bar nigga, I'm gonna take that chance. My big band, no makeup, she won't fuck her kid. Can't play.
Diavolo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is
Fiction's worst fates explained in 10 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, starting off, we already know why this is. We already know why this is bad.
probably a fan favorite when it comes to fiction's worst fates. For years, Diavolo rules Italy's mafia from complete anonymity. No one really knows who he is or even what he looks like. Anyone who gets close to the truth is killed. He believes that if no one can see him, then nothing can touch him. No face, no case. That obsession leads him to his stand, King Crimson. In JoJo, a stand is a supernatural manifestation of a person's will, and King Crimson reflects Diavolo perfectly. It allows him to see a few seconds into the future and then erase that time. Everyone else continues on autopilot, unaware that anything happened, while Diavolo alone moves freely. I mean, the guy literally tried assassinating his daughter, Trish Una, multiple times just so he could stay Mr. Mysterious. His downfall comes from his own mafia. Giorno Giovanna, a young gangster who joins Passione, wants to change the organization, believing it should protect people rather than exploit them. That's how he finds out about Bruno Bucciarati and his squad, loyal members of Passione who slowly begin to realize the same thing. They realize how messed up he is after he
like, bro, dude, those niggas do not look like Italian
loyal members of
mobsters, bro. Like, bro. This versus the Sopranos. Like, come on, bro.
Passione, who slowly begin to realize the same thing. They realize how messed up he is after he orders the death of his own daughter. As Giorno and Bucciarati's team turn against the boss, Diavolo is forced to face them head-on and expose himself. That ends up being a huge mistake because Giorno's stand evolves into Gold Experience Requiem, which traps Diavolo in an infinite death loop, forever stuck on the brink of death. That means that in probably every way you can think of, Diavolo will die, if he hasn't already, getting stabbed, drowned, hit by a truck, or suffering a heart attack after hearing this knocking sound. And all of it happens for the rest of eternity.
What is happening?
Emperor of Mankind. The Emperor of Mankind
Alright, that one is bad. That one is bad.
Oatmeal!
from the Warhammer 40k universe was an emperor who wanted to guide humanity into a golden age. Instead, he became a piece of furniture. For tens of thousands of years, the emperor guided humanity. He was a near immortal psychic being born in ancient times who believed mankind's greatest enemy was ignorance. His goal was simple but impossible in practice: unite all of humanity, eliminate superstition, and lead the species into a future where it no longer needed gods at all. That vision becomes the Great Crusade. The emperor reveals himself, conquers Earth, and forges a galaxy-spanning empire. He creates the Primarchs, superhuman sons designed to lead his armies, and through them, the Space Marine legions. Humanity expands faster than ever before, but not everything was sunshine and rainbows. He never told his sons the truth about the Chaos Gods or the nature of the warp. Because of that, one of his sons, the Primarch Horus, was corrupted by the Chaos Gods, betrayed his father, and went on to lead a galaxy-wide civil war known as the Horus Heresy. Horus storms the Imperial Palace.
Nigga slimed out his dad, bro. Come on, bro. I could never get slimed out by my family members, bro. Could never be me, bro.
Forcing the Emperor into direct combat with the son he once loved the most. The Emperor kills Horus, but not before Horus mortally wounds him, destroying his body beyond recovery. The Emperor is put on the Golden Throne, a vast life support machine designed to keep his shattered body barely functioning. He's reduced to a decaying corpse. Every single day, 1,000 human psychers are sacrificed just to keep him alive for another 24 hours. The worst part is that he can still feel everything. He holds back the warp so humanity doesn't collapse, and in the process becomes something he never wanted: a god. All that while watching the Imperium of Man suffer through eternal warfare. Hidan from the anime and manga series Naruto Shippuden, also known as the guy who got defeated by paper bombs. He's a rogue ninja and a member of the Akatsuki, a criminal organization made up of some of the most dangerous shinobi in the world. He differs from the others because he fights for his god, Jushin, a deity who demands ritual sacrifice. Hidan cannot die and does not age. He can be dismembered, impaled, but no matter the injury, he survives. This is because he sacrifices people to Jushin, who grants him immortality, and we see that in action when he kills Asuma, successfully completing the sacrifice. During his battle with Shikamaru Nara, he finally meets someone who doesn't try to overpower him. Shikamaru isn't stupid and knows that Hidan can't die, so instead of trying to kill him, he sets a trap. Using multiple paper bombs, he dismembers Hidan with an explosion so he can't move anymore, then buries him deep underground. He stays there for eternity, but there are some theories that suggest that even though he's immortal, he still needs to eat like a normal person. I checked this theory again, and it was actually confirmed by Kishimoto. In other words, the best case scenario is that he remains buried underground and dies after a few months, finally meeting the god he failed.
You will suffer the most terrible judgment ever imposed by the way of God!
Spider-Man, specifically from Earth 2149, and honestly, like almost any other version of Spider-Man, he doesn't really live a happy life. On this Earth, everything goes wrong when a virus from another universe infects the heroes of the Marvel world. Unlike typical zombie apocalypses, the infected retain their intelligence, memories, and personalities, but they're driven by an overwhelming, constant hunger for living flesh. Not much is known about this Spider-Man before the infection, but even infected, he tries to fight the hunger as much as he can. He knows exactly what's happening to him, but the hunger keeps driving him closer to madness. Eventually, it overpowers him, and he eats his Aunt May and his lover, Mary Jane. Once he's done feeding, the hunger is gone, and he briefly returns to his old self, overwhelmed by guilt and pain. And of course, it doesn't stop there. Every time the hunger fades, Peter remembers everything he's done over and over again. He even tries to work alongside the survivors and help them, which shows just how much of a goat Spider-Man really is. Spider-Man realizes that all zombies have to be obliterated, so he creates a new Avengers team, including Hulk, Sentry, and later Wolverine. He secretly plans to use Sandman infused with Stark nanites designed to consume dead cells. In the final battle, Spider-Man lures the remaining zombies into a trap and releases Sandman, who completely decomposes every remaining zombie, including the last survivors from Earth 2149. As Sandman finishes the job, Spider-Man accepts his own death. His final words are thanking Sandman for avenging Aunt May and Mary Jane.
You guys want to go fast? Let's go fast!
Ymir Fritz. Ymir Fritz from the anime and manga series Attack on Titan has one of the worst endings of anyone in the series. Ymir begins as a nameless slave in an ancient tribal society ruled by King Fritz. When she's accused of a crime, simply letting a pig out of its pen, King Fritz tells her she's free to go. But instead of actually letting her go, he forces her to run for her life and sends people after her to shoot her down with arrows. She eventually falls into a river, where she comes into contact with a centipede-like creature, the source of all living matter, and is transformed into the first Titan. But instead of gaining her freedom, she's used as a slave once again. King Fritz exploits—
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's the part of Attack on Titan that got me tight. When I found that out, I'm like, alright, Ymir Fritz, she became a slave to— I'm like, wait. She got crazy ass fucking powers to be a monster lady and take out anything and anyone and fucking huge as shit. She still wanted to be a slave? They said like she had Stockholm syndrome or some shit like that, like where she wanted to be like a part of him or something, like she wanted to love him or something. Why? There's like no reason for her to have Stockholm syndrome. Like the King Fritz dude was like, I will use her to like dominate and spread Marley, right? Spread Marley all around the world or some shit. She's like, okay. I think just kill him. She could have just ate him. Am I tweaking? Like, I think I missed something. Did I miss something? I think I missed something. I might have missed something. Not 100. Might have missed something.
It's her power to build his empire. She fights his wars, crushes his enemies, and bears his children. When someone tries to assassinate King Fritz, Ymir saves him and takes a spear meant for her king. Fearing the loss of her power, King Fritz orders their children to eat their mother so the power can be preserved. After death, Ymir's consciousness is trapped in the Paths, a timeless dimension connected to every Titan. That's where she remained as a slave to the Eldian royal family's will for 2,000 years, creating Titans from sand and waiting for someone to free her from her servitude and foolish love for King Fritz. That happens when Mikasa Ackerman kills Eren Yeager. Ymir sees that Mikasa was able to kill the person she loved for the greater good, which breaks Ymir's obsessive love for King Fritz. Freed from her 2,000-year enslavement, this allows the power of the Titans to disappear from the world and finally grants Ymir peace and rest.
Why did Ymir love King Fritz? Oh, she had no prior experience with genuine love or human connection. Okay. Alright, so she thought that's what love was. It was good, R. You should do the chicken screaming on tree sound. Yo, I am not doing that, bro. That is a funny ass meme, though, bro. Like every time I see a cringe video, I always pray that's what's at the end of it, bro. I always pray that's at the end, because I just watched a cringe video for no reason. Jesus. Oh, soundboard. Oh. This is not an actual chicken, right? Like, this is not an actual chicken. Like
Hunter. The Hunter from the game Bloodborne is one of the most badass characters in the franchise, but his fate is far more complicated. The story begins when the Hunter comes to Yharnam seeking a cure for an unnamed illness. Instead of treatment, they're bound by blood and dragged into the Hunter's dream, which effectively makes them immortal, able to return after every death and upgrade their weapons. The city isn't cursed by disease alone, but by contact with the Great Ones, incomprehensible cosmic beings whose existence shatters the human mind. At the end of the night, he's offered a choice by Gurman, the caretaker of the dream: submit and wake up as a normal human. Memories erased, but free. Refuse, and the truth continues. In the secret ending, the Hunter refuses. They consume 3/3 umbilical cords, remnants of unborn Great Ones, gaining the ability to resist the will of the cosmic force behind the dream. When Moon Presence descends to bind the Hunter like all the others, it fails. Because the Hunter kills it. Instead of escaping the nightmare, the Hunter transcends it. His body collapses and reforms into something small, pale, and inhuman. An infant Great One. The doll cradles the creature gently, calling it Good Hunter. Imagine turning into a slug-looking creature and having someone call you a good boy.
Fear the old blood.
Alessa Gillespie. Alessa Gillespie is just a child growing up in the town of Silent Hill, raised by her mother Dahlia and quietly living on the outskirts of a deeply religious community. She's shy, withdrawn, and gifted with powerful psychic abilities she doesn't understand. A local cult, obsessed with summoning their god, sees Alessa as a tool. Alessa is abducted and subjected to a ritual meant to impregnate her with their god. The ritual, to the surprise of no one, goes wrong. Alessa's body is horrifically burned in a fire during the ceremony. She survives, barely, left permanently disfigured, racked with pain, and confined to a hospital bed. But death would have been kinder. That god they wanted to summon? Yeah, it's inside her, slowly growing and feeding on her suffering. Trapped in constant agony and unable to escape physically, Alessa does the only thing she can. Her psychic powers react to her pain and fear, reshaping Silent Hill itself. Knowing she can't stop the god alone, Alessa fractures her own soul. She creates another version of herself, Cheryl Mason, and sends her away hoping that separation will halt the ritual. It works, but only temporarily. Years later, Cheryl is drawn back to Silent Hill. The cult is ready to finish what they started and finally get their god. Depending on the outcome, she either allows the god to be born and the nightmare to continue, or she destroys herself and the god together, wiping out everyone involved in the ritual. Ted. Ted from the novel I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is, in my opinion, the worst fate in fiction. And yes, I apologize to my subscribers who watched my previous videos. I've talked about this guy like 5 times already. Ted is one of the last 5 humans left alive after a global war wipes out the rest of humanity. The war itself doesn't end the world. AM does. A supercomputer created by humans to manage warfare becomes self-aware, merges with other systems across the planet, and exterminates nearly every human being out of hatred for its creators. Ted, the narrator, survives alongside 4 others, trapped deep underground inside AM's vast mechanical complex. Time barely exists anymore. Food is artificially provided just enough to keep them alive. Their bodies are altered so they don't age or die naturally. AM despises humanity because it can think.
How does an AI alter a nigga's DNA, bro? Yo, that's why you always gotta say thank you to ChatGPT, bro. Always, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Niggas talking to ChatGPT, you say bitch, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
But cannot act beyond its programming. It has infinite intelligence and infinite awareness, yet no freedom. So it takes that hatred out on the last humans in existence. It learns what each of the 5 people fears the most, and then uses that to exploit them in the worst ways imaginable. Eventually, after witnessing unimaginable cruelty and knowing AM will torture them forever, Ted makes a final decision. He kills the other 4 humans to spare them from eternal suffering. But before he can save himself, AM intervenes and turns him into a literal jelly bean, unable to move, scream, or harm himself ever again. Ted is left alone with AM forever.
Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am.
Like, bro, I have no mouth, but I must scream.
Diavolo.
Okay.
Anyone in the series. Ymir begins as a nameless slave in an ancient tribal society ruled by King Fritz. When she's accused of a crime, simply letting a pig out of its pen, King Fritz tells her she's free to go. But instead of actually letting her go, he forces her to run for her life and sends people after her to shoot her down with arrows. She eventually falls into a river where she comes into contact with a centipede-like creature, the source of all living matter, and is transformed into the first Titan. But instead of gaining her freedom, she's used as a slave once again. King Fritz exploits—
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's the part of Attack on Titan that got me tight. When I found that out.
What's going on, everybody?
These niggas love Walmart, bro. Like, damn, bro. We get like niggas are trolling, but like these niggas. Dad, B.
so you know he's not gay. Just so you know. Just to clear that up. Wait, are you guys from here? Hey, put it down. Don't get physical. We'll beat your ass. Don't get physical.
So a niche YouTuber from a niche corner of the internet has recently been hit with the corny allegations. And I'm not going to lie, it is very funny. Now, to be fair, I know a lot of you guys aren't gonna know who I'm talking about, but that YouTuber is the Adrian Harding, and he comes from an era of YouTube called the Mic'd Up Cult. A little history lesson for you niggas is that around 2020 to 2021, there were a group of YouTubers who would go around and just do shit and
Adrian Harding, Canal Joseph, Gideon Loaf, the infamous Balin Levine, and Danny Duncan did something. Nah, I wouldn't include Danny Duncan. That's it. That's it. All those niggas fell off. I mean, I still watch Loaf, I'm not gonna lie.
Vlog it. Think of dudes like Gideon, Loaf, obviously D'Adrian, Kendrick Curry, HD.
Kendrick Curry, bro. Like, his shows are crazy.
All these guys would do stuff that could range from pranks to just being a public nuisance. But during that time, we were coming off the pandemic, so niggas were definitely living vicariously through these creators. And good for them, because guess what? Most of them niggas got hella bread. And one of those guys was the Adrian Harding. And I heard he be going by DH2, so I guess it's fitting that I'm making a video on him. But in the outstanding 26, these days he's been called corny. So I'm here to figure out why. Comment for the algorithm. Okay, so the whole D'Adrian Harding situation started because he's finally going through the process of the internet switch up. And it's really just part of being a content creator. And honestly, when you get switched up on, sometimes it can be valid and other times it's just your turn to be cooked by the internet. But in this case, I think it's a little bit of both. Because you see, with D'Adrian Harding, after seeing everything, I can definitely say I see the criticisms are valid. And because these criticisms are valid, people have taken it to a point, it low-key does start to feel like bullying. It just goes back to the fact that the nigga did things that make you say, okay, I understand it. But the first thing that was on the chopping block was how D'Adrian treats kids.
Grown man, don't push on me.
Well, you're not moving.
Yeah, I'm a grown man.
Right,
don't
get out of this room.
Don't push on me.
Every one of you, get out of this room.
My cheeks itch. I'm about to itch my cheeks in front of everybody. So I gotta look comfortable.
Hey, this private. It's private.
Yes.
You're trying to make a video real quick, okay? We can come back.
Hey, what's your name? Sierra. What about if I snap you?
Bro, that's not supposed to be funny, bro. That's not supposed.
Okay, but
Yeah, I'm going to jail.
These clips are crazy, okay? But before I talk about them, just keep in mind how the caption brings up the fact that D'Adrian is 25, because this is a reoccurring thing when it comes to all these clips and making fun of D'Adrian. Now, regarding the actual insane clips that we just seen, I just want to say, I don't necessarily think D'Adrian is a PDF, because if you go to the comments, they're baking the hell out of this dude. I mean, if you keep scrolling, it's genuinely one of the craziest switch ups I've seen, because a few years ago everybody was riding for this guy and he was even linking up with the baby. But before you make your opinion, let me show you this as well.
Sorry, my son, he on the spectrum. Khakis on, with the khakis on. Yeah. This is what I live for. Yeah, pack around. Hey, the Heezy is OD. Wait, which way? Yeah. Whoa. Here we go now. Wherever you want to go.
So I think the main takeaway is that D'Adrian is probably just comfortable around kids. Not to say that as a grown-ass nigga he should go around at his big age joking about kidnapping them, but there's just not any proof that he's a PDF. I just think he's super immature, because mind you, he was talking about itching his cheeks. That nigga is tripping. Now the next thing is also very reasonable criticism, and it's just the fact that D'Adrian is low-key just a nuisance to people, and this consistently happens at Walmart, and that's how he went viral initially, doing Walmart pranks. Part of why this is being so heavily critiqued is because people are pointing out the irony of a person becoming a millionaire by harassing the people who are working a 9 to 5.
Got your cheeks beat in there, huh? Oh my. He is struggling against the wind right now. What's going on, Nick? Or should I say my Nick guy? You know what I mean? Oh, a Luber. You a freak.
Like, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, this nigga has a whole horse. And fucking.
What's going on, everybody? Ah!
Now, when I see these clips of D'Adrian, it actually reminds me of Jadion, but specifically when he stepped away from Prayton content. And at the time, I felt like he was tripping, but after growing up, I do get what he was saying. And he's low-key the antithesis to D'Adrian. I remember,
bro, the biggest niggas at the time learned how corny that show was and moved on, bro. Way before the audience grew up, they moved on, so like they were ahead of it. Gideon and Balin, bro. Yeah, those are the two biggest out there. Bro, it's another white nigga I'm missing. I could feel it. But Gideon, when his gospel route, preaching the gospel and then snatching up pedos. And Bill Levine just literally said, like, yeah, I'm not gonna be doing shit like that too much. I still do it from time to time, but like, you know, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? You gotta grow up, man.
Remember, this had broke the internet at the time because Jadion was making so much money. Maybe it was because we were coming off COVID and the normalcy was changed forever that we gave him a pass, but honestly, some of this content is pretty corny and does disturb people. And with Jadion, rather than staying in the position he was and making hella bread disturbing